Well, still talking about the People's Democratic Party, the presidential primary of the party that is will hold this Saturday in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. The PDP says it will be a convention like no other. Who are the contenders? What are their chances? Well, let's get to talk to one of party chieftains and the director general of the Tanimu Turaki campaign organization, one of the candidates in the race. Former governor of Adamawa State, Mr. Haruna, joins us from our Abuja studio. Thank you, former governor, for your time on the program. Let me start by asking you, your principal, your presidential aspirant, Mr. Tanimu Turaki, the former minister, what are his chances? Do you think he can make the cut?
Of course, if he was not sure of his chances, he wouldn't have been in the race in the first place. Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, SAN, is an accomplished legal practitioner and a lawyer. He has had his opportunity to run this, to serve this country as honorable minister, and he has established, he has been able to establish himself as a Nigerian that has credibility. He went into public service and came out of it with his integrity intact. Tanimu has all it takes to give this country the desired leadership. And if he was not sure of making it, he wouldn't be in the race. And some of us wouldn't have been there to promote him.
I mean, if you hear what the stories on the street about the Saturday event, where does Mr. Tanimu Turaki rank in the scheme of things? Because we are hearing his story, and it doesn't look like he's in his favor at all.
What are the evidences that is not in his favor? What are the evidences that the ranking of the aspirants is not in favor of Tanimu Turaki? What are the indices? As far as we're concerned, Tanimu Kabir Turaki, senior advocate of Nigeria, is a forerunner in this race. And we've gone around this country with him. We've visited all the 36 states of the Federation and Abuja. We've met the delegates. We have been able to establish ourselves as a candidate that has all it takes to pick the ticket. We've heard this story. He's not there. He's not foremost. He's not. But nobody is coming out with any evidence that he doesn't have what it takes to pick the ticket.
Mr. Former Governor, let me quickly ask you this. Do you think that money will play a major role in this delegate election on Saturday? Do you think so?
Well, I wouldn't know, Sean. Money is important in politics. It may not be the major issue, but it's a facilitator. You need money to do certain things, but it may not be the main issue. The main issue that will define this politics is the candidate's character, his integrity, his capacity, his enormous knowledge about the issues that have been bedeviling this nation.
Governor Haruna, my question, sorry if I may butt in, my question really is, the issue of delegates and what we've seen in Nigeria's politics is a lot of the times you see delegates are camped, they have been, the usual language is they've been bought, and delegates have been given money to vote for a choice candidate. That's what I'm talking about. Do you think that some of the candidates in this race will give out money in this race? Do you think money will play that role to determine who wins these primaries on Saturday?
Well, I wouldn't know, but we are not going in because we want to use money to win. We are going in to win because of the quality that Tanimu Kabiru has If money comes in as an issue by other candidates, that's entirely a different thing. But the issue is not about money. His candidature is about his capacity to govern this country.
And this perhaps gives me, brings this issue forward. The choice of Port Harcourt as a venue for the primary, is your campaign organization and Mr. Tanimu Turaki in tune with that? Are you happy with Port Harcourt?
Well, there's the decision of the party that Port Harcourt should be the venue, and we have no issue with that. We only want to believe that the process will be free and fair, and there wouldn't be any reason for anybody to doubt that it will be compromised. So it's a party decision that Port Harcourt should be the venue, and we stand by the decision of the party.
So, I mean, as it stands right now, the issues are on the table, whether or not PDP can actually defeat the APC come 2019. And it will come down to the kind of candidate that the PDP brings forward. Should your candidate, Mr. Tanimu Turaki, win this race, do you think he's a real match for a candidate in person of Muhammadu Buhari of the APC, who has been elected by his party and perhaps will be affirmed on Saturday?
As I've told you before, earlier, Kabir Tanimu Turaki has all it takes to become the president of this country. He has a lot of things going for him. He's a young man. He's enormously educated. He has the full understanding of the issues that are bedeviling this nation. And in any case, after the election, after the primaries, Kabir Tanimu Turaki becomes the candidate of the party. So it is everybody's duty and responsibility in the party to sell him to the Nigerian public. And so in terms of capacity, in terms of all it takes, Kabir Tanimu Turaki, I can tell you, can inch this party to victory in 2019.
The big question now is about your party. Whether your party and that platform is sellable to Nigerians, considering the kind of humiliation that your party saw at the polls in 2015 as a sitting ruling political party and was defeated, sent packing from the center. Do you think that Nigerians still respect your party to the extent of voting your party back in 2019?
It is not a new thing for a ruling party to lose election. It will not start with PDP. But I want to say that since 2015, this party has PDP has gone through a lot of reforms, a lot of rejigging, and a lot of lessons have also been learned by the leadership of the party and members. And so the PDP you have today is a repackaged PDP that can stand elections against the ruling party. So there wouldn't be any problem with that. We are working, it's work in progress, and I can assure you that we have no reservation as to our capacity to go into this election.
Let's bring home this conversation, Governor Bonny Haruna. And in 20 seconds, if you can tell me, how many states do you think, delegates from those states, do you think you have in the bag?
No, Show, I don't think it's a strategy for me to discuss this on live television. It is our secret. I don't think I should divulge that.
Okay, if you are not going to say that, perhaps we should end the conversation by asking you, should your candidate lose on Saturday, what would you do?
Well, there's a general, it has been accepted by all the candidates that if this election turns out to be free and fair, and whoever emerges clean, my candidate, like any other candidate, we will team up with the successor and we will fight for the 2019 general elections. Our prayer is that the elections or the primaries will be free and fair, and it will create a basis for us to come together irrespective of who wins or loses.
All right, it's a pleasure seeing you again, Governor Boni Haruna, former governor of Adamawa State and the Director General of the Tanimu Turaki campaign organization, one of the numerous aspirants of the PDP presidential race, which the primary will happen on Saturday. Thank you so much, Mr. Haruna, for talking to us on the program. We'll take a moment on the program, and when we return, we'll talk about Ogun State politics, perhaps one of the richest states in Nigeria, based on IGR and FAC. Who becomes the next governor of Ogun State? That takes our attention next. Join us again, everyone.